thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document, you came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities.
Join this code.
Take a quote of this man. This is an undocumented foreigner.
My people, there is something happening in South Africa and we need to talk about it. South Africans are saying that they don't want black people in their country. How? They don't want black Africans in their country. They don't want their African brothers in their country. But they are happy having the Europeans in their country, those who own 70% of their properties, of their lands. And some places are not even allowed for them to enter. Like, it's kind of crazy that South Africans are actually dumb, excuse my words, because these people are xenophobic, most of them, because we all can remember what happened in South Africa some years ago. That people are being burnt alive, people are being murdered because they are from another African country. They are black people. Once the whites are there doing whatever they want to do, they are there taking portion of their lands, taking a whole 70% of their properties in an African continent. Do you think an African person can go to Europe or go to Asia or go to America to go and have a place that they call their own and say, I bought it from the government? No, it can happen. But in an African country where the Europeans are taking 70% of their land, and now they say they don't want black people in their country, and they have been killing black people, they have been beating people on the streets, chasing business owners out, sacking them, doing a whole lot of things. Guys, we are going to talk about this and talk about many things that happen in South Africa these weekends, whatever is happening, and we are going to talk about how the apartheid happened in South Africa and the people that fought for them. If they don't know that, they are going to listen to it in this video. This is Yawade TV. If today is your first time being on this platform, please do me a favor by subscribing to this channel so that anytime I drop trending videos like this, you'll be the first to notice. Let's dive right into the details. Now, let's talk about something crucial before we get into the details. Why South Africans are saying that they don't want black people in their country, but they allow Indians in their country, they allow Europeans in their country, they allow Brazilians in their country, they are allowing a lot of white people in their country. Russians are there, Ukrainians are there, but their own people, black African people, they say they don't want it in their country because they are destroying their country. How? Black people are not the problem of South Africans. That's what they don't know. As far as they are dumb to the extent that they can differentiate between those who are destroying their country and those who are helping them build their country, that's how they will behave. Now, listen to this. South Africans are now chasing black people out of their country. And it came to the surprise that they meet one of Ghanaian man on the street, and they started asking him document as if they are vigilante, they are police officer, they are immigration. Like that was crazy. And they started asking him his document. When he provided the document, they say that he is a traveler, he's supposed to visit and go. He should go and fix his country than coming to integrate into their community. They don't want that to happen. They don't want any black people traveling across the world, coming to their country to come and integrate into their community. Just watch.
We are fixing this continent. This thing of you guys moving from one country to the other, it's no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document, you came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but now you decided to come and integrate in our communities. You know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing.
Passport.
Eh? Now you are carrying a bucket. It's 11 a.m. You were supposed to be fighting the government of Ghana there to ensure that they are getting things right.
No, there's no fight in Ghana. You must fight once a day.
Where's your papers?
Passport.
Passport.
What's your passport?
Take it out.
Let me see your passport. Let me see. Luna. Okay, tell me, who's the police officer that you are bribing to certify these things for you? Baba, let me tell you, I'm not
Take the
foolish.
date.
These things, let me tell you, ne? You know by law you're not supposed to certify as an immigrant. You're not allowed to certify your passport.
No.
Okay, why do you certify your passport in a foreign land?
Okay.
Let's just start there. Why do you certify your passport in a foreign land?
You see, it was raining.
I follow you guys now on Facebook. How you?
It was raining these days. Then when you go out with the passport, sometimes it gets spoiled. That's why I satisfy it so that it won't spoil.
Baba, Ghana don't do that.
Okay.
Ghana don't do that.
All right, sharp.
Ghana
Let me
is the
show
only
you.
African country that is.
Let me show you that when you are abusing our systems, ne? On the 10th of April, okay, the 10th of April, you entered your country when? The very same day you came back when? Yeah, it's a proof. Yeah, proof. Yeah, the proof.
Let crocodile can't go.
You went to Ghana on the 10th, and then you came back.
No,
Because here it says you exited Ghana to South Africa. When? Here it says you entered, here you exited. And it's the same date. It's the 10th of April, 10th of April.
This stamp you got there in Elov Street on the street. This is where you got the stamp.
Oh, they've got a connection here.
no.
I am telling you, that's where they buy it from.
Okay, I hope you have seen that. That's what South Africans are saying. Now, who is behind this brain? Who is behind this idea? Is this woman called Victoria Africa? Now, mind you, I don't think this girl should be called Victoria Africa, because she's Victoria Idiot. Let me put it that way. This is a critical point. This is a critical story. That is why I'm being pissed off, because how can you be an African? That we are talking about African unity, we are talking about Africanism, and now you are saying you don't need African people, black people. Let me remind you, South Africans are also in Ghana. South Africans have scattered across the continent. They are in Nigeria, they are in Egypt, they are in Burundi, everywhere you can see them. They are in Togo, everywhere in the continent, across the continent. South Africans are there. Why are they not in their country if their country is better off than other countries? Can other countries also stand up that South Africans are destroying their economy, so they should go back to their country? How will African be if we are talking about African unity? You see, that's the problem over there. And also, before we dive more into these details, let's look at the 46 years of apartheid in South Africa. Now, when the apartheid took place in South Africa, South Africans, black South Africans, were not allowed to go to some places. Europeans have the advantage, and to date, that helps Europeans to got a lot of properties in South Africa. They profited from the apartheid. Even some anti-apartheid activists were killed during that apartheid. Are you getting me? A lot of people were murdered. A lot of people were killed. They were oppressed. So what happened is that a lot of African nations across the continent were what? Demonstrating against the government over there. They were demonstrating against the government, asking for the freedom of black South Africans. So they were asking for freedom, demonstrating up and there. Till now, our forefathers from across the continent fight for the freedom of South Africans. And now, these young South Africans think that they are on the top of the world. What's the immigrant that they are talking about? Most of their forefathers built that South Africa, built that state that they are living in today. Let me tell you the fact. They built that state that they are living in today, calling it their own. That's the crazy part. Our forefathers fought for their freedom, and now they have freedom. A lot of things happen in South Africa. This is not what Nelson Mandela of South Africa, the first black president of South Africa, fought for. This is not what he signed up for. Yes, I'm telling you the fact. He didn't sign up for this. He said freedom for all. He loved that black people to come to South Africa. He loved black Africans. He loved Africans. So if South Africa now, after our forefathers has fought for their freedom to come out from apartheid, now they say they don't need black people. They don't need black people. It's kind of crazy. Now, this woman, this girl, Victoria Africa, I said she should not be called Victoria Africa. She should call Victoria Idiot because she is not serious. She formed an alliance, it's called the Patriotic Alliances, and they specialize in destabilizing the economy. Let me put it that straight. They go to hospital and tell people that they should get out if they are not from that South Africa. If they are not South African, they should leave the hospital. People that came there in order to check up themselves to find out what is wrong with them. Some people are under intensive care. You are saying because they are not from that city, they are not from South Africans, they should leave the hospital. That's cruelty. And indeed, some people are leaving because they don't want trouble. That's how can some Africans, they don't want trouble. That's what this lady have been doing. And the authorities have kept quiet. They are not doing anything about it. By now, I think the authority should put these people in jail for life because that is a crime against humanity. As an African, you are telling your African brothers and sisters should leave your country or should leave hospitals where they are paying. They are paying for the abuse. They go to the hospital, they pay for it, and now you are telling the whole continent that they are not paying tax. Like how? Every immigrant in every countries across the continent, in Asia, in Europe, in America, play a vital role, key part in the economy. They always play a key role in the economy, the growth of the economy. They help build a lot of things. They pay taxes from the work that they are doing. They pay taxes. If you don't know, they pay taxes. Even if they buy food, they pay taxes. Just watch the video.
Hospital. Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. If you are not a South African citizen, please leave our hospital. You need to go and seek medical attention from a private facility, not here anymore.
We are supporting March in March organization. We have started already here to activate hospitals. And the message is very clear. We don't want foreign nationals, documents, no documents.
This is specifically to the MECs of health and the Minister of Health. Stop threatening us with prison. Stop threatening us with prison. It's either you join us in this fight, not unless. Good morning, my good doctors. How are you? How are you, my good doctors? Anyone who's not a South African citizen, just because of this side, please stabilize them. After they've been stabilized, you can discharge them. These people, they have too much privileges to have files in our hospital. It ends here and it ends now. It's a South African public hospital.
You see, you can see that she critically intimidates people, black people. They go to places to intimidate their own black African brothers and sisters. That's what they have been doing. And this is cruelty, this xenophobic attitude of these people. And it's getting crazier by the day. Now, listen to this. They are saying they don't want any foreign nationals. Who are the foreign nationals? It's black Africans that they are talking about. Instead of talking about the Europeans, those people who have what caused them a huge losses, a lot of things in the lifetime, or even their forefathers have suffered in the hands of these Europeans. They have turned it on African people, which African people are not their problem. You see how stupid these South Africans, young ones are. It's kind of crazy. I don't know what they are thinking about. Now, once South African brothers have give a clear message to their South Africans, he said, those who thinking that these foreigners do not pay taxes, they are wrong. This is absolutely lie. I don't want to talk much. Just listen to the information of this South African. He's wiser than those people in that patriotic alliances. Seriously. Listen.
They shouldn't use our public hospitals. That lie gets repeated often, and some of you actually believe it. But this is just lazy propaganda. Foreigners do pay tax every single day. Every time a foreigner buys food or clothes, they are paying tax. It's called VAT. But when you tell xenophobes about this, they suddenly say, oh, but VAT doesn't count. If VAT doesn't count, then we should refund foreign nationals all the money they pay towards VAT. After showing that foreigners do indeed pay tax, they move the goalpost. But foreigners don't pay income tax. You know who else doesn't pay income tax? 8 million unemployed South Africans. Should they be denied public health care too? Be honest, this was never about tax. This is about finding any excuse to justify cruelty against poor, undocumented black people. That's all it is. Then comes their next excuse. But other countries put their own citizens first. If those countries are so great at looking after their own people, why are those same people risking their lives to come to South Africa? Why aren't they staying in those perfect countries that prioritize their own citizens? So now you want South Africa to become like the countries people are running away from. You want us to copy their failed system. You're not thinking straight. Our constitution doesn't pick favorites. It protects everyone who lives here. Section 27 says everyone has the right to access healthcare, not just citizens. Human dignity and equality are non-negotiable rights. You can't rewrite the constitution to punish a certain group of people you don't like. You don't get to strip people of their dignity because they don't have a dump us, and no judge is ever going to entertain that nonsense. Denying public services to foreign nationals doesn't protect South Africans. You're just punching down at someone who is weaker than you, someone who is already struggling. And instead of holding the powerful accountable, you'd rather fight the powerless. And we all know who holds the power in this country. You are never going to convince me that poor black foreigners are the real problem when white people still own 70% of our land. Foreign nationals didn't break our healthcare system. It was corruption.
Foreigners are not the problem. We are. Let me say that again. Foreigners are not destroying South Africa. Our failed leaders, our broken economic model, and our silence are. We are chasing Zimbabweans out, while 80% of the land is still owned by white billionaires and apartheid families. We are burning foreign businesses, while Anglo-American and ShopRite send out billions each year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get hate for it, but I'm going to say it because it's true. Immigrants aren't stealing the jobs, they're taking the ones we won't do. In the shadows of a system built on exploitation. South Africa doesn't have an immigration crisis. It has a justice crisis. Let me be clear, I'm not saying open up the borders wide. I'm saying track movement properly. Register people, set up pan-African trade zones, community assemblies, and stop pretending that a passport defines someone's worth. If you're more angry at the street vendor from Malawi than the billionaire who owns the mall in your township, you're not a patriot, you're a puppet. Africa will not rise until Africans stop fearing each other more than they fear capital.
Now, do you know what? It has gotten to the point that people are even sleepy, and South Africans are making video saying that they are here not sleeping and foreigners are in this beautiful apartment sleeping. Like, let me ask you, did the foreigners take your sleep away, or did they take your bed away? No, your bed are there, your beds are there. So why are you saying they are sleeping and you are there? Like, what the fuck? What the hell are you talking about? So South Africans in Ghana, they should not sleep because they are in Ghana. Like, what the hell? What the hell is happening? You just watch the video.
Bro, these are foreigners. The foreigners are in their houses, they're sleeping nicely, and we of South Africa, we are out here in this cold, catching cold, and these foreigners, they don't have papers, and just look at, they're all sleeping nicely in their houses. They're sleeping really nice in the house. We are here outside. They must go back to their country. They can't come here to take our sleep from us.
Now, I think my South African brothers and sisters, this isn't going to help you guys because this is absolutely not right. Look, we know you don't want immigrants to your country. Just say it. And if you want that, it should be noted that, okay, South Africans, people of South Africa, you don't want black Africans or you don't want Africans in your country. Then we will notice that, okay, so far as you don't want people from another African country in your country, then you don't have the right to visit any other African country. We are going to leave people alone. You have to be on yourself. We will remove you from Africa. Go and sit somewhere. Then we focus on the rest. You don't have the right to integrate into our community if you want that. Because people always think that people are not Africans. I don't know. But look, you people, your economy is not better than any other African country. Let me tell you the fact. That's the fact. Even your currency is not better than Ghanaian cedi. It's not better than Ghanaian currency. Not even better than most of African country. So I don't know what people are saying. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy that these things will be happening in South Africa. And I think the authorities should immediately do something about it. If people from other African countries also stand up that, okay, as far as people are threatening our citizens, then we are going to do the same to your citizens. How it is going to be like? Because you can see that people are beating and other African people, beating them, hitting them with things. This is crazy. Like, what the hell is that? Now, let's listen to the Ghanaian president of how things used to happen and what these people didn't know about how African people fought for their independence. Let's listen.
I think that it's an issue that we are all worried about because of the specific circumstances of South Africa, and it's most regrettable and most unfortunate. I think that the young people of South Africa do not know what happened before they gained their freedom. The whole of this continent stood behind South Africa. The whole of Africa stood behind South Africa to fight against apartheid. I remember all of us growing up as secondary school children, went on marches, we were part of the African Youth Command, we demonstrated, we boycotted classes and all that, all in the fight against apartheid. Indeed, for several of the countries where their citizens have been brutalized in South Africa, these are countries that were called frontline states that harbored the freedom fighters, of South Africa and gave them safe haven, gave them passports, to be able to avoid the clutches of the apartheid regime. And even Nigeria, even though not a neighbor of South Africa, was considered a frontline state because of the economic contribution that Nigeria did to the ANC to be able to liberate South Africa from apartheid. And so it is regrettable that the same people who fought against apartheid, are being attacked in this way. The pictures we've seen are very horrible. As ECOWAS, we've issued a statement condemning what is happening. The unfortunate thing is this is not the first time. It keeps flaring up.
Now, my people, you can see that this is absolutely crazy. These young South Africans are behaving in a manner that is not appropriate. Let me put it that way. They are behaving in a way that I think the government should just arrest all of them, put them in life in prison because they are not serious. Look, let me tell you the fact. If these young South Africans are not lazy, they wouldn't be doing this. Because if they are really serious with their life, they won't be out there doing these kind of things, running on the street, pursuing other African nation citizens, pursuing them that they should get out of their country, pursuing them from their business sectors, and a whole lot of things. Like, this is kind of crazy. Now, let me be clear about this. Look, if South Africans want African people to get out of their country, yes, if they succeeded in sacking all African people from their country and they are left alone, they will still be in that situation in which they are now. Because first of all, these people are lazy. Let me put it that way. They are very lazy people. So they will still be in that situation. Now, their real problem is the Europeans, not Africans. Instead of making unity with African brothers and sisters, instead of joining one with African brothers and sisters to fight for what is rightfully theirs, they are now fighting their own people. Like, that's crazy. So how are you going to fight the Europeans now? You see, instead of fighting those who have blocked them from getting into some parts of the country, and they have claimed their own, you don't want any black people over there. Instead of them joining alliance with their own black people to fight those things, they are now fighting their black people. Instead of them joining alliance with their black people to be able to reclaim some of the potential lands for themselves, they are now fighting them. Then who is going to support them to claim these lands? Remember, the Europeans are taking 70% of their land. Some places, black South Africans are not allowed there. But look at the things that it's funny. It's really funny for me, yes. But that it is what it is. That's what is happening in South Africa. And this act is xenophobic act. This is not good. This is kind of crazy. If they have succeeded to, South Africa will be in this situation. But look, guys, this is not what Nelson Mandela have signed up for. Nelson Mandela didn't fight all those years for this to be happening after his death. Nah, he didn't fight for this. And this is not what Malema is also fighting for. Malema is fighting for freedom of Africans. Africans. Not only South Africa, Africans. Now look at what his people are doing in their country. Guys, what do you think about what is happening in South Africa? Whatever it is, just let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching this channel.